Duckworth called for his first. So Horace Grant to the free throw line for the first time. Game 2 on Friday. Chicago only 17 for 26 from the foul line for 65%. Both these clubs are not good free throw shooting teams. And Portland has opened up, having their problems. 2 of 7 from the line.
Cliff Robinson checking in.
Cliff Robinson will replace Jerome Kersey. Grant trying to break the tie. 4:22 left, first quarter. Some pressure here by Chicago.
But not the real aggressive. This is the token press they use just to use up a little time on the 24-second clock.
Duckworth, Robinson, and Williams now up front. Porter and Drexler at the guards. Nice play by Pippen, stripping Robinson. 3-on-2, Pippen all the way. The Bulls 20, the Trailblazers 17. Duckworth set the pick and roll. Yes.
Same shot he hit to tie the game at the end of regulation. The same man rotating over, trying to block it. Grant got there a little bit late in game 2. That time was closer, but still, nice jumper that time by Kevin.
And John Paxson buries another jump shot. Paxson 16 points on Friday night, 4 of 7 from three-point land. Robinson works his way in, rejected by Williams. Scott Williams thought he was fouled. But a good hustle play by Williams.
Well, rotating over from the weak side of the floor or the offside away from the ball, Williams comes over and saves another layup opportunity. The Bulls defense does an excellent job of covering for one another. He just doesn't happen to agree.
Jordan with the steal and then flips it out to Grant. Horace Grant able to hit, and he drew the foul. What a pretty pass tossed by Jordan to ignite the break.
So much of the Bulls offense comes as a result of excellent defense. In game number 2, they produced only 5 steals overall. Jordan, without even looking, understands that he's got big men that can run the floor. You got Grant finishing, and just in case he misses, Scott Williams there to follow it back up.
The crowd responding to the entrance of Danny Ainge, one of the Portland heroes. On Friday night, Kevin Duckworth, who played well, will sit down, leaves with 5 points. 9 points in overtime, tying a finals overtime record that was held by Bill Laimbeer and John Havlicek. On the subject of Laimbeer, Michael Jordan, who tied the three-point field goal shooting record for an NBA Finals game on Wednesday night with 6 when told he tied Laimbeer, said had he known that, he would have gone for the record. Drexler with a nice feed for Robinson.
Portland has a very small unit on the floor, and when they went to this 3-guard setup in game number 2, it was very productive. They had a good, quick run against the Bulls, picked up some transition scores.
Blazers down by 6 off a 11-2 run by Chicago. With the 3, Danny Ainge off the bench, able to hit from downtown, and Chicago is called for time.
Position game for Portland is beautiful to watch. Drexler with the ball. Michael's the center fielder, anticipating that he just might try to come down the lane and dunk it. Ainge spots up in the corner, so Michael has to hold for a second. He holds just long enough so that the pass can be made, and then it's too late in the rotation out as Ainge knocks down the 3.
And knocking down 3-pointers is nothing new for Danny Ainge, who is the number 2 man all time. And playoff competition. 108 from three-point range for Danny Ainge during the playoffs. He passed Byron Scott of the Lakers. He is now chasing Michael Cooper. Danny Ainge, with much championship experience, a member of two Boston Celtic title-winning teams in 1984 and 1986.
Ainge shooting 1 for 5 from the three-point line after the first 2 games during the season, a 34% three-point shooter.
Michael Jordan beginning to heat up. That's his 3rd field goal. He has 6, and the Bulls lead 27-22.
Usage of timeouts by coaches. A little run by Portland. Phil takes the timeout. They come out, set up. Jordan knocks out the J, takes the crowd out of it, settles everything.
Oh, beautifully done. Robinson with the perfectly timed pass for Drexler.
Well, the one thing the timeout does do, give the other team a chance to draw up something that might work for them as well.
Portland trailing by 3, 1:45 remaining first quarter. They double up on Pippen. Williams had it knocked away, able to recover, finds Jordan. A broken play that the Bulls were able to click on through some good fortune.
And Scott Williams, when he got up in the air, didn't know whether to kick out left high, kick low right, or then decided the best thing, let me find Michael.
Drexler throwing the air ball. Chicago by 5. Jordan with a beautiful pass. Pippen was fouled.
Let's go back a moment ago. After the timeout, Chicago scored, but you know what? Rick Adelman was drawing up something special also, the lob pass to Clyde Drexler. And then Scott Williams finds himself in the unusual position of decision-making. Well, I'm not quite sure that's what he wanted to happen, but what did happen was very nice for Chicago.
Cliff Robinson called for the foul. Scottie Pippen, 2 of 2 from the line. So Chicago has opened up by hitting his first 6 free throws. 1:11 remaining. First quarter, the scene shifting to the Memorial Coliseum in Portland, Oregon. The usual capacity crowd, 12,888 on hand. The 601st consecutive sellout. Ainge for 3. Rebounded in aggressive fashion by Scott Williams.
It looks like Michael almost was inviting that. Didn't run real hard at Danny Ainge. Kind of said, well, let me see if you can knock out another one from behind the three-point line.
Bulls by 6. Jordan changed his mind. Horace Grant off to the fast start. He has 11. Some beautiful passing here in the first quarter by Michael Jordan.
And you really have to know your teammates and have confidence that time. If Jordan doesn't believe his teammate's going to roll to the basket, he can't elevate, hang, and then at the last minute drop it down. He has to believe right here that Grant's going to make the roll. The last second he drops it off after drawing the double team.
And Buck Williams to the line, fouled by Scott Williams. Buck Williams had a very strong game on Friday in Chicago. Came back in aggressive fashion after getting in the early foul trouble in game 1.
Bobby Hansen checks in for the Bulls.
19 points, 14 rebounds for Buck.
It all starts with minutes on the floor. If you're in early foul trouble, you can't have a lot of minutes on the floor. But if you stay away from the fouls, particularly early in the game, get into the flow, then a guy like Buck who works so hard, he's going to have good numbers at the end of the game.
And Bobby Hansen has checked in, replacing Michael Jordan. Jordan sits down with 8 points, 3 assists. Bobby Hansen hit a three-pointer in the midst of that John Paxson three-point show the other night. And he has been getting the minutes in this series. Hansen and Armstrong now in the backcourt. Grant with Pippen and Williams up front. Chicago with a 6-point lead. Shot clock at 4. Here's Pippen. Strong move by Scottie Pippen, who has looked sharp in this first quarter.
Great move by Pippen because he passed the ball from about 25 feet out. Then it was a pass and go. Move without it.
Final seconds of the quarter. Robinson with another air ball, and that is the end of the first here in Portland. The Bulls 34 and the Blazers 26.
Smart basketball. Pippen had moved without it after he passed it. Then it's a matter of just going to the basket, getting it back, and the left-handed conversion by Scottie Pippen, the bad wrist.
Back at the Portland Coliseum now after